The following KQED production was produced in high definition.
Calories.
Wow, it rocked my world.
It just kind of reminded me of like a boot camp.
I don't know what you have, but this is great.
It almost felt like sort of country club food to me.
Don't touch it. It's hot.
I gotta tell you, people are getting me excited with all these dishes. This is crazy. Hi, I'm Leslie Sabraco. Welcome to Check Please Bay Area, the show where regular Bay Area residents review and talk about their favorite restaurants. Now we have 3 guests, and each one recommends one of their favorite spots, and the other 2 go check them out to see what they think. This week we visit some unlikely neighborhoods. First, David Demordant. He's an attorney for an insurance company and a handyman. While picking up materials for a remodel, he stumbled upon his pick, and they use real maple syrup. That's his test for the perfect breakfast spot. Next, DJ and budding actor Evan Hirsch feels a responsibility to voice an opinion on the best places to dine. As a former concierge, he was an ambassador for San Francisco and the Bay Area, and takes his responsibility to find the best eateries very seriously. But first, Denise Coleman gets hungry as the director of Juvenile Justice and Huckleberry Youth Programs. She scoots on down to her pick for fresh, tasty fare, served up in a location reminiscent of yesteryear. It's close to the courthouse on Turk at Larkin in San Francisco, and that's why it's called the Turk and Larkin Deli.
My name is Mike Apurama. I'm the owner of Turk and Larkin Deli. We started in April 1979 with 3 kinds of salads and 5 kinds of sandwiches. My wife and I, we start at 5 a.m. every morning, start making fresh salads, and we bake barbecue chicken every morning. We make falafel from scratch. We make hummus, and the rest of all the salads every day, 5 days a week. My wife, Jean, and me, we spend together 24 hours a day. But when we're in the store, we treat each other as a professional. We work together as a team. I ask her, do this, she asks me, do that, I'll do it. Our customer mostly regular, they come every day. And we have judges from the courthouse, we have homeless from the street. They're all coming every day. And we all treat them just like friends. And everyday customers, they keep coming back and back, and that's why we're in business 31 years.
Now, Denise, the owners, Mike and Jean, have had this place, the Turk and Larkin Deli, for 30 years. 30 years. I mean, this is an institution in that neighborhood, isn't it? Have you been going for 10 years, darling, 10 years?
And it literally has been 10 years. And I have loved every minute of it. I love their fresh salads, their incredibly tasty lean meats. It's just awesome. And the service, the incredible service that Mike, he's at the counter constantly serving up the salads and the sandwiches, and he keeps everybody and everything moving. And Jean, she's at that cash register just ringing everything up.
Everybody knows him by name. Everybody knows him by name, right?
Everybody. It's absolutely, it's incredible. Love it. Eat there as often as I can.
And they get there at 5:30 in the morning to make those salads every day.
Those salads. Right. They're freshly made every day.
Right. Now, Evan, when you went, because you sort of shook your head with Jean, was she cracking jokes behind the counter?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Mike and Jean are adorable. She's a lot of fun. And I love the way she pitches in, too. He'll be doing things. He's got a system. He's on a roll. She has a way of homing in on exactly what he's doing and where he left off with the last customer and is able to jump in and grab, one more salad or whatever it is, and boom, ring them up.
Because the lines can get long out that place at lunchtime.
Yeah. They are a well-oiled machine.
Right. And when you went, what did you have?
I had the meatloaf sandwich. I actually had a half a meatloaf sandwich, and it was a chunk of meatloaf on a half a roll and two
That's
salads.
right, honey. Meatloaf fattening up. It's okay. We need to fill you up a little
afford to
bit.
eat, right? So, and I had the nice combination for $6 1/4. You get a half a sandwich and two salads, and so
And
I
they
had
offer all those combinations.
Yeah, they have interesting combinations you can choose from. So I got the Caesar and the Greek salad.
They make 20 different salads every day fresh.
Every
At
day.
least.
Yeah.
More than that.
Every day. And each one of them has their own distinct flavor. You know, if you get an avocado salad, you're going to have
Fresh
plenty
avocados.
of avocados in there. And you're going to know it's an avocado salad. The same thing with the ambrosia or the fruit salads.
I mean, who makes ambrosia anymore? Come on, let's face it. It's great.
that
You got to
easy to
go.
find.
That's right. That's right. You gotta, and you don't even work in the neighborhood anymore, right? But you still come back.
I still come back, absolutely. It's my best and favorite lunch place to go.
I went several times, actually. I approached it from 2 different locations each time and had a rather harrowing trip through the neighborhood.
It's a very colorful neighborhood.
Yeah.
Colorful. There we go. That's the way to
Well,
describe it.
I was kind of concerned for my safety, to be honest with you, and although that shouldn't define the dining experience, it gave me pause as I was eating, thinking about how I was going to get back to my car. But
There's almost always uniformed officers in there.
Yeah,
really?
that's right.
I felt protected.
that's true. I did see some uniformed officers
That's right.
in there.
It's a favorite spot.
But to answer your question, I had the first time I went, I asked what they recommended. They recommended a roast chicken, which seemed to have kind of a paprika seasoning and was still fresh from the oven and was actually very delicious. I got a ravioli salad on the side, which was fine, but you say that they're all made fresh every morning. I wonder if the ravioli is made fresh every morning, but it was fine. And I went back with a friend. We tried the pastrami sandwich, which is listed as a specialty on the menu, and a bacon sandwich, which is also listed as a specialty. Both were just fine. I was a little disappointed that they were made warm via microwave as opposed to some other method, but they were fine.
They were fine. Okay, he's saying fine.
Speaking of the microwave too, I was a little disappointed that they don't grill any sandwiches. But I understand it's a deli, they're moving people along. But it would have been nice if like a Reuben or a hot, as opposed to hot pastrami like a grilled.
But you know, when you think about the decor, I mean, these guys have been there 30 years, and you know, the decor is still sort of a throwback to the 70s,
Absolutely.
and you know, they still use the board that you stick little letters in, you know, so it definitely has that retro feel to it. And pricing, I mean, you know, you're you're not spending more than $10, right?
Very reasonable.
Did you guys sit and have lunch?
Yes.
Because
There's no tables for 4. The tables are small. I brought 3 friends with me, and we had to pull a chair over from another table. Fortunately, it was not very crowded. This was peak period. It was a long line, but not many people sit and eat.
Right.
So there were plenty of tables available. We pulled a chair. Now we crammed into a table that was so small. We definitely all needed to ditch our red plastic trays and just have our plates. But it worked okay for 4 of us at the table. I gotta say, I hate to say anything negative, really, but I do have to say I was disappointed that they used regular old ripe olives and not Kalamata or some type of Greek olive in their Greek salad. That was for sure a disappointment for me.
All right, Denise, Turk and Larkin Deli is your spot, so wrap it up for us.
absolutely my favorite lunch spot ever. It's inexpensive, the meals are fresh, and it's very filling.
All right, and David, your thoughts?
I agree. It's very filling and a good value, but it's a very scary neighborhood, so just be aware of that in advance.
All right, Evan, would you go back?
I would go back. Mike and Jean are adorable. This is their lifeblood. It's like a member of their family, and I admire that. It's not necessarily a destination I would go to, but if I was in the neighborhood, certainly next time I'm on jury duty, I'm sure I'll go see Mike and Jean for a sandwich.
All right, if you would like to try Turk and Larkin Deli, it's on Turk at Larkin Street in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-771-6889. It's open for lunch Monday through Friday. No reservations are needed, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $10, and that's cash only. With a soul food heritage and formal French training, the chef at David's Place uses local seasonal ingredients wherever possible. Now, David says the waffles are so good, he just might choose them as his favorite meal. His place is on Mandela Parkway in Oakland, and it's called Brown Sugar Kitchen.
I'm Phil Circus, and I consider Brown Sugar Kitchen a little restaurant that could. That's because we only have 6 burners and 2 ovens, and yet we're servicing over 1,400 people a week. With our 46 seats. Brown Sugar Kitchen is an amazing display of the power of food to bring people together. Tanya and I always joke that it's like the DMV here because we see so much diversity with our customers, and it's made our experience here so rich.
The kind of food we serve at Brown Sugar Kitchen is considered Southern cuisine. It incorporates barbecue and a little bit of Caribbean. It's a part of my heritage since my parents are from the South, but I wanted to open up a restaurant that represented the African American community but was accessible to everyone. Brown Sugar Kitchen has really become an institution now in the community, and it's great because we have a local coffee that's roasted down the street. We have local beer that's brewed down the street. Our artwork is done by local artists and printed by a local printer. And all of that just really brings a lot of meaning to the experience. And there's a lot of people that come here and they just have that neighborhood pride because they know that it's really integrated.
Okay, David, when you say your favorite meal, I mean, that's a big statement here.
It is a big statement, and I think you need to refine it. Favorite waffles, the best waffles in the universe.
Okay, the favorite waffles.
In the universe. Says,
oh, that's big.
It is,
that's
and
huge.
that's the simple facts.
Right.
I found this place quite by accident one morning, picking up some materials from a warehouse in that neighborhood and being hungry, and lo and behold, in the middle of this industrial neighborhood in Mandela Parkway, here's this little joint that's open for breakfast. So I walked in, and wow, it rocked my world. The waffles are simply mind-blowing. I got the waffles and chicken combination, and as you mentioned earlier, in my opinion, the way to separate an average breakfast place from a great place is whether they serve real maple syrup.
Right.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
They call it scarce on the menu.
They do.
It is.
And they charge you for it.
It is expensive.
They do. But here's the kicker. They have such an amazing apple cider brown sugar syrup that comes with the waffle that you don't need the real maple syrup.
Right.
It's really an experience that you need to have while you're alive.
Everyone needs to have it. Everyone needs to eat there.
And when you, I mean, you were as moved, is this the best waffles in the universe?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I'll take it to other universes. It's the best.
Just in the Milky Way. We can stay in the Milky Way.
Yeah.
And why is that? You know, is it because, I mean, Tanya Holland, the chef, who actually was trained at La Varenne in Burgundy in France, I mean, she's got classical training as well as soul food background, you know. She uses yeast in these waffles, and they're that sort of Belgian style. So do you look at you floating on air?
I am.
Floating
Just
on
the
air.
memory of it. I'm salivating.
You have like little waffles on your shirt.
They have waffles on their shirt. That is their trademark on their shirt. Is the
Big old waffle.
That's right. I'll have one of those.
That's right.
Now I'm disappointed I didn't get the waffles.
You
didn't.
Oh my God!
How could you not have?
Crispy and light.
I didn't. But the gentleman sitting next to me was eating waffles, and same thing, you had the chicken.
Yeah.
And he looks up at me and he says, I don't know what you have, but this is great.
He was right.
The chicken has kind of a rosemary overtone too that is just, it's really delicious. It's got a very distinct flavor. It's not generic fried chicken.
Right.
I got the vegetable scramble, which came with some potatoes and some toast, and it was really good. I loved it. I've never tasted a vegetable scramble like that. It was unbelievable.
It was so good.
Out of this world.
I actually did a crazy thing. We got there at 11:10 on a Tuesday morning, and we got a menu, breakfast menu, served till 11:30. And it just hit me immediately. I want to try different things. I'm going to talk about it on the show.
Right.
So we ordered breakfast. We got our breakfast at 11:32.
Right.
Our wonderful waitress, Cerise, brought us the lunch menu, and we ordered lunch.
Oh, honey,
we ate
you know
2
what?
full meals in one sitting.
We got to give him a toast.
Okay, I do it for the show. I do it for the show, you know? Smoked mashed yams. Oh my God. Smoky, like really smoky tasting, and then just a pool of butter. So delicious. And the mac and cheese was killer.
Oh, and
it's hard to find a good mac and cheese. Theirs is good.
The coffee?
Yeah.
The coffee.
Okay, the orange juice, the organic fresh squeezed orange juice.
Yes.
It was creamy.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. I don't know. How can you use that word with OJ? It was creamy.
That's the other test for a great breakfast place, fresh squeezed orange juice. That's
Theirs
a
is
sign
unique.
that they care about what they're doing,
agree.
that they want your experience to be excellent and to serve only the best. I agree completely.
That's for sure. No Minute Maid there.
I'm telling you, you guys are so excited. I got to bring you down a little bit. You're so
No,
excited.
I will not be brought down. Brown Sugar Kitchen.
Brown
Go
Sugar
immediately. Their front door is really funny. It's really heavy and like really hard to open. So I got it open, and as soon as it swung open, this beautiful, charming hostess was there with a big smile. Hi, good morning, welcome. It was just like, oh my God, am I in heaven? Yeah.
And see, my experience was a little different with the service when I went in. It wasn't very crowded at all. And I walked in and I had to wait for someone to come and greet me. Once I waited, she set me at the booth instead of giving me the choice of a booth or a table. And then it took a really long time for the waitress to come. And so it kind of diminished.
Were they very sweet to you, though? Did you like the attitude?
Oh, they were fine. Yes, the attitude was fine. Absolutely.
I found them so sweet.
Absolutely.
All right, David. The Brown Sugar Kitchen is your special magic pick. Tell everybody why they need to go.
Well, they care about excellence. They have an interesting menu that changes, and every dish has something that's going to take you a little bit by surprise in a good way. I highly recommend it.
All right, and Evan, tell us.
I'm going to keep this really simple. I want to thank you for introducing me to Brown Sugar Kitchen, and by accident, bravo.
And Denise, how do you wrap up Brown Sugar Kitchen after that?
Well, I had my reservations, but David and Evan have convinced me that I'm going to give it another try.
All right. If you would like to try Brown Sugar Kitchen, it's on Mandela Parkway at 26th Street in Oakland. The telephone number is 510-839-7685. It's open Tuesday through Sunday for breakfast and lunch. Reservations are not accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $12. Evan recommends the downtown quality food at neighborhood prices found at his place. It's served up at an environmentally friendly spot that doesn't take itself too seriously. You'll find all this at a location without a name, just the address, 2223 Restaurant and Bar in San Francisco.
Eating at 2223 is like eating at your mom's house if your mom was a really good cook. The menu is a reflection of everything that I love, with all the great ethnic influences that the Bay Area has been blessed with. Our goal was to open a restaurant that was an integral part of the community, a place where people could feel comfortable bringing a first date, as well as coming in after a hard day's work and having a quick bite at the bar.
We have a great house cocktail list and a great happy hour, and we try to change our drinks seasonally with fresh fruits and juices to go along with the cocktails.
We love our customers. I think the Bay Area in general, San Francisco, your customer clientele, your base is very knowledgeable about food. They would like to know where their food comes from. They know how proper food is prepared because of the vast choices of restaurants that are out there. So they keep us on our toes.
We have such an eclectic group of guests, and we really want them to feel like extended family. So many of them are friends, and we appreciate that and feel that we're so grateful for it.
Now, Evan, there's a reason that 2223 has been there 15 years, isn't it?
The food is incredible. It's a fun vibe.
Right.
It's locals, it's friendly, but you know, everyone's welcome there. Right. It's such a mix of people with really, really good food. And what's now, since I lost my favorite dessert, was my second. It's now my favorite dessert.
You can't talk about dessert. You can't talk about desserts yet. That's too early. We gotta,
Okay, but that's one of the reasons I go there. I won't say what it is yet. We'll get there.
Yeah,
I'll plant a little seed for
no
that
dessert foreplay.
seed.
I'm sorry. Keep that to a minimum. Sorry. All right, 'cause let's talk about the dishes. I mean, this is comfort food here. Chef Melinda Randolph has been at the Campton Place, and really great pedigree for her. But this is pot roast and chicken and hearty food. Tell me about your experience.
Really to die for. Oh, loved the pot roast. The pot roast was absolutely, it melted in my mouth. It reminded me of some of that good old home cooking pot roast that I make or that my mom used to make. Except it's always better when somebody else makes it.
That's right.
And it was delicious. And then the extra added horseradish that they put on top.
Yeah.
Oh, it was absolutely just mind-boggling how it just, you put it on your tongue and everything just kind of, meshed in together and it just went down and
Melinda knows how to assemble a plate of food.
right now.
Yeah?
You're making me hungry over here. I'm telling you.
Agreed, and I had the pot roast as well, and I thought the horseradish was wonderful, and it was mild horseradish. It just beautifully complemented the dish, and I actually didn't finish that dish, and I had half of it the next day from a microwave, and it was just as good, and if not better. That sounds obscene to say, but boy, was it good the next day, warmed up.
The grand slam is the calamari salad. It's one of the best things I've ever had. I've eaten it there literally at least 20 times.
Right.
She uses her homemade cocktail sauce and a tartar sauce, both in the salad, with just these flash fried, crispy but so tender calamari. And the servers are so friendly and familiar. You get to know them, they get to know you as well.
Yeah, my server was very like, oh, how you doing? Good to see you. It's quiet right now, but today is what was it? $12 Tuesday.
I like that.
Nice.
$12 Tuesday.
What does that mean? $12 for drinks? $12
No,
for food?
$12 for the entree. They had a separate menu that was $12 for the entree.
Wow.
Absolutely.
It must be said that this restaurant is very loud. At least when I was there, it was.
You're right.
I mean,
It should be said.
it was hard to even try to carry on a conversation. I asked our server if we could be moved to a quieter location, but it didn't really seem like there was such a thing in the restaurant. But shortly thereafter, the maitre d' came over and said, we do have a quieter table for you, even after I told him never mind. And he moved us over to an area that was much quieter, and he didn't need to do that. I had already kind of given up on the issue, and
that's the way
we really
they
appreciated
want you to be
that.
happy.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of wood. It's wood floors and wood wall. It's very kind of stark and not a lot of fabric to absorb the sound, and it gets, of course, crowded, especially on the weekends.
And an active bar area.
And
So you can go sit at the bar. Right.
Oh, the bar was wonderful.
The bartenders are great.
Oh, the bartender was really fabulous. I got there a little early before my before my reservation
Had your
time.
medicinal cocktail.
Medicinal cocktail, absolutely. And sat at the bar for a while and talked to the bartender, and he made me a drink that was it was a margarita, and I've never had a margarita like that. It was very specially made.
What about value? How did you feel the prices reflected the quality of the food?
The food is so good that the price is eminently reasonable, in my opinion. It's premier quality food. It's really an innovative and interesting menu, clearly developed and prepared by someone with a passion for excellence.
I thought it was a little pricey. However, I agree. The food is high quality.
All right, it is time now, my dear. You can tell me about your desserts.
Bless you. I'm going to go on record right now and say officially this is my favorite dessert in San Francisco is the sour cherry bread pudding with vanilla bean ice cream at 2223.
And that's going out on a limb. You're saying this is it. This is the favorite.
Sweet and delicate and crispy on the outside and moist. And that sticky cherry sweet sauce is amazing. Enough said.
I gotta tell you, you people are getting me excited with all these dishes. This is crazy. All right, Evan, this is your restaurant, so give us a wrap up on 2223.
I'd be glad to. 2223 is a fun, friendly neighborhood restaurant with incredible quality food for what it is at, I think, reasonable price for what you get. Great portions, great time, go.
All right, David, your thoughts on it?
Agreed. Absolutely delicious, comfort food, but with innovative spin. We had a wonderful experience, and I do recommend it.
And Denise, 2223. Would you go back?
23, absolutely. I'm going back to the No Name restaurant. Loved it, loved it. The food is hearty, the service is wonderful, and the drinks will take you where you want to go.
Let's go.
Well, if you would like to go to 2223 Restaurant, it's on Market at Noe and Sanchez in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-431-0692. It's open every day for dinner with brunch on the weekends. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $25. Well, that's it for another show. I want to thank my fabulous, enthusiastic guests on this week's show, Denise Coleman, David Demordon, and Evan Hirsch. And don't forget to visit our website so that you can add your reviews of these restaurants. You can read my notes on the KQED Wine Club wines I've been serving to the guests and they've been enjoying. And there's also a link to join the club. On the website, you can view this and every other show, too. So join us next time when 3 new guests will recommend their favorite spots right here on Check Please Bay Area. I'm Leslie Sabrocco, and I hope to see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.
This show is available in high definition, Comcast On Demand, and via podcast. For additional information on the restaurants featured, to comment, or to apply to be on the show, go to our website at kqed.org/checkplease.
A KQED HD production.